You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, GH fans, I want to talk about what is going so very wrong on the ABC soap right now. This is Belynda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to break down 5 things the new writers are getting just wrong right now. It's been about a month ago that I did a video kind of like this, and I talked about some really bad storylines. I mentioned the Laura Heather stuff, the Trina not getting to grieve on screen, the Sunny's spiral going unnoticed, the surrogacy plot kind of being wonky, the whole stuff with Finn and his family. And I was hoping a month later, with some changes in the writer's room and everything, that things would get better because they've made drastic changes in the writing regime. But no, we are at 17 straight weeks of low ratings. That should tell them that there's a problem. 17 weeks. A problem that firing Patrick Mulcahy will not fix. And I like Patrick Mulcahy. I don't know if I don't even know what happened there because I'm not in the room. Elizabeth Corte, I think, is a big problem. That's just my opinion. With that in mind, and I don't want to be a negative Nancy, but these things need to be talked about. 5 things that the new / shifting writing regime is just getting so very wrong. The very first thing is Anna Devane letting Valentin Cassadine go. Her getting back in his bed while investigating him was insane and I think out of character. After she chastised Dante about his conflict of interest and she let Sonny know he's not going to get off the hook on her watch. You know, I mean, isn't Valentin just as bad as Sonny? Pikeman kills people, you know, and she's defending letting him go because Valentin has a daughter. Sonny has a daughter. Charlotte has other family. Come on. And yes, Anna has a rogue agent past, but she's been on the right side of the law for a while. And she was really trying to get more on the right side of the law when she told Sonny off and warned Dante. And then watching her put Jason at risk with this Valentin thing was just insane. Yes, Valentin is hot, but is the peen that good that she forgets everything she says she stands for? Maybe it is. I mean, definitely you want to find yourself a man who looks at you the way Valentin looks at Anna, but, you know, hopefully with a daughter that doesn't terrorize you and scare the crap out of you. But if Valentin really is gone for good, to me, that's another mistake. James Patrick Stewart is a top-notch actor, not just a good soap actor, but just a really good actor in general. Losing him would be a big loss to the cast. I do hope he sticks around and just will go full Cassadine villain. That would be fine. We'll see. Pikeman has dragged out for so long, and then we get this abrupt ending that totally destroys Anna's moral compass. This is what we get. It's garbage. The second thing, they have totally hosed up Jason's return. I struggle to find much good in Jason's return, if I'm being honest. His storyline has had just very little momentum forward. We found out he was gone to protect Carly because she comes before everybody, even his kids, as always. That's why he can't have nice things. And they haven't put them together romantically. If they're going to let his life be all about Carly, just put them together. Poop or get off the pot. She just told him this week she was jealous that he was falling for Britt. And Jason didn't say, oh, but I've fallen for you. He didn't say it. So it looked like friend zone by Jason. That love that they seem to have fallen into when they got married before Sonny came back from Nixon Falls seems to just have fallen by the wayside. So it's just kind of inconsistent, and just the whole notion that he's going to burn down everything in his life for her. It's a sick, twisted, codependent relationship that's been going on for years. So that's just problematic in itself. But the return has just been a big nothing for the most part. The only good thing in his return was him trying to make up in small ways for lost time with Danny and Jake. Sam was absolutely right to unleash on Carly for her being the reason that his kids got shafted, because Carly demands that from him. She expects it and demands it. And to me, it feels like General Hospital got the chance to rehire Steve Burton and they just jumped at it with no idea what to do with him. and I feel like they still have no idea. It's honestly painful. Is he just going to work at the coffee warehouse, enjoy the friend zone, date no one, and be Carly's on-call boy? It's just a waste. All right, the third thing, Gio. Please explain Gio to me. It's not that I don't like the kid. He's an extremely talented violinist. He's a good-looking kid. He's an okay actor. I was initially excited that they hired him. I went and looked at his little violin videos. They were really cute, but they haven't showed us any of his funky rock and roll violin stuff. I guess they don't want to pay the royalties. But who at GH was like, you know what this soap needs to bring the ratings up? Violin. And, and then they keep harping on Gio's origins. And I know I have seen a lot of fans on soap social media terrified that he's going to turn out to be somebody's mystery son, not the dad that went off and died in wherever, Afghanistan, something like that. In war. At this point, my guess would be Sonny, because he was around and is paying for the kid's education. And Carly's like, why didn't he ever mention Sonny? Sonny can sneeze close to any woman and impregnate her, so it wouldn't be surprising. But Sonny does not need any more kids. He does not. Nobody on that character canvas needs any mystery kids. So it seems like they brought in Gio to be Trina's next new love, but then they're not moving that forward. So why also, I'm wondering, didn't they hire a young actor of color? Just out of curiosity, why not just recast Spencer instead? Why not recast Cam, bring him back to date Trina? There's so many other options. And with Gio, just please don't make him somebody's secret kid. Just please. And again, not that I have anything against the actor. I don't. I do think he's a very talented young man, but I don't get it. I don't see the point. And speaking of not seeing the point, number 4, Natalia. I'm just going to say this. Obviously Eva Larue is in the opening credits. She's clearly on contract. She's a talented actress. She's gorgeous. I love her past work. I'm a fan. Her character is terrible and unneeded. And this storyline they've done with her and Blaze and Christina is so flawed. It's frankly, and I think a lot of people on soap social media would agree with me, it's outdated. They're acting like it's the 80s. Natalia's homophobia, yes, stuff like that definitely still happens. Parents still think and say horrible things when they can't accept when their child is gay. But to twist this story and to make Natalia a victim, that's insane. And tone deaf, and the label firing Blaze, it's just stupid. It wouldn't happen in 2024. And the ongoing thing with making Ava the villain in this scenario is ludicrous. Ava didn't know that Blaze wasn't out. She said that very clearly this week. The only person she intended to expose was Natalia, who needed exposed. And Nina being judgy, oh my goodness, please. Nina exposed Carly. Carly's exposed plenty of people. Nobody on GH has clean hands. They've all done other people dirty. Ava's target was nasty Natalia, not Blaze, not Christina. But in the end, GH would not lose a thing if they ditched Natalia other than a plot that feels like it's just outdated. It feels like it's from 20 years ago. And here's just how tone deaf it is. They've got Perez Hilton coming in to do the Blaze and Christina interview. Perez Hilton, who loved to out celebrities who wanted to keep their sexuality private. He said it was his mission to do it. He is basically the same type of person as the editor of The Invader that Nina is chewing out, but with less style and less humility. Perez Hilton is despised largely by most of the gay community, by GLAAD. I don't know why they thought adding him to this plot would enrich it in any way. The whole thing is awful. All right, the fifth and final thing, and this encompasses several things, all the dropped plots. And I know that these plots didn't begin while Elizabeth Corte was the head writer, but she has been in the writer's room in a prominent position for quite a while, even when she wasn't the co-head writer, okay? So she definitely was architecting some of this, and there's just a bunch of lingering nonsense, like who killed Austin? They don't even have to give us a whole whodunit. Just tell us who did it. You can even do it in passing. Cyrus can mention to Laura, oh, by the way, my crazy ex-henchman Mason went rogue and killed Austin. He's horrible. He's already in jail. Bam, done. Also, who left those murdered Austin photos for Eva and planted the gun at her place? Can we just find out it was Esme, Mason, somebody, and just be done with that? That's never been addressed. Who freaking bought Windemere? They can just say it in passing. It was Valentin who bought it for pikemen to use it as a base of operations because of the catacombs and where they could store arms, And now that Val's on the run, the WSB seized it. There you go. Tied up in a bow, bam. They can just mention it in passing. Also, Valentin's last pikeman shipment. Is that about to be a dropped plot? Also, remember, he's been tampering with Sonny's meds. He told Brennan that Sonny's gonna have this big freak out, a breakdown, just as this shipment of guns are coming in. Are those guns still coming? Is Sonny still going to have a breakdown? Is the medication plot about to get dropped? Is Ava just going to be in charge of that now? Is Brennan just left behind now that Valentin is gone? Are we never going to see him again? This plot hasn't been dropped yet, but I feel like it's teetering on the edge of being dropped. So wait and see. The bottom line, I feel like change is needed, real change, real soon. Let me know what you think.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.